Well, I don't know how to make an introduction for this video. Basically, I figured I should probably make an introduction on myself, who I am, why I am on YouTube, why this random guy just showed up on your page probably, and what the heck is he doing on YouTube. So, my name is Igor Dimidenko, spelled I-G-O-R, and I live in Montana. I have for the last some years. Moved here from Washington State, where I spent most of my life and grew up. But I was born in Ukraine, and I immigrated to the United States, straight to Washington State in 1999 with my siblings, my parents, grandparents, aunts and uncles, cousins, pretty much all around the same time in the late 90s. And so far, I'm the only member of my family that lives in Montana. The rest of my family either live on the West Coast still or have moved to the central Midwest area. And basically, I just wanted to share some of my experiences on YouTube. I have a lot of variety in different types of experiences. I grew up in the city in Vancouver, Washington, in the southwest kind of corner, right across the river from Portland, which is an enormous, huge, sometimes horrible city to grow up in. But just coming from the big city like that, moving out to the countryside has been a drastic change. And I did not grow up in the outdoors. I did not grow up hunting. No one I knew hunted. No one I knew went fishing. My parents never took me out hunting and fishing. I think we went out once to like this city sponsored event where they like try to get kids into fishing. And this other time where my dad went with a bunch of buddies and tagged us along, and they just netted a whole bunch of fish in front of the dam, which was legal, but I was way too young to understand anything, and I don't even know if I ate any of those fish. But wasn't raised in the outdoors. Nobody I knew had any guns. My dad owned a few fishing rods that never got used. We did not have any livestock. I think we had rabbits. I don't know if you'd call that livestock, but we didn't have any horses or cattle or anything. We lived on a small, probably tenth of an acre plot of land in a 2,000 square foot suburban subdivision house with my my six siblings, 7 kids total, and my parents and my grandma. And we just grew up just typical suburban kids. We went to the park. We grew up a couple hours from the ocean, so we spent a lot of time in the ocean sometimes. We'd go out into the mountains for some snow days in the winter, but mostly we just spend a lot of time at the park, at the mall, at the school playgrounds, in the driveway, on the street, just playing like typical suburban kids. And I did not discover public land until my 20s. And when I discovered public land, it was like a whole nother world opened up to me. And that's when I got into hunting, which was, about 5 years ago. So I haven't been hunting very long, and I don't expect anyone here to be taking any of my hunting advice, as a fact or as the Bible, whatever they call it, as gospel. But I do believe I have some experiences that can help some of you guys, just from starting out completely from the bottom, completely not having anybody to show me the ropes or take me out or help me find spots or tell me spots. I started completely from the ground up and taught myself pretty much everything I know, almost about everything. My dad and I had completely different interests growing up. My dad raised us repairing vehicles, so we did a lot of mechanics work, just flipping cars on the side for some extra money for the family. And so I did a lot of automotive repair. Currently I work in construction here in Montana. It's about the only thing that pays any kind of money to possibly survive, and even that's not usually enough. But I did some like wood flooring construction. I did electronics manufacturing for 4 years. I was a machinist, precision machinist, grinding metal for a bit. So I have like all these random experiences that possibly most people don't have, and I felt like I should just start sharing some of that. I live on a ranch here in northwest Montana on my in-laws' family's ranch. And there's horses, there's cattle, there's goats my wife's milking and selling the milk off of. Sometimes there's pigs, chickens, gosh, we even raise trout here on the ranch. So I felt like I should share some of these experiences. And coming from the city straight to the country like I have is a huge learning curve. There's a lot to grasp very quickly. My dad had no idea how to do any of this stuff that happens on a daily basis around me now. And he taught me valuable life lessons, but he didn't teach me pretty much anything in the outdoors. So all that I had to learn on my own. And moved out here to Montana. I got married about a year ago to my wife, whose name is Quinn. And we have this 5 acres of land now. And we hopefully will build a cabin like right here where this tripod's standing. And I want to include some of that on the YouTube channel. But I wanted to pretty much make this a channel for all the different types of experiences you might have in the outdoors, and also kind of homesteading and on a ranch. Basically, there's some channels out there that are just strictly hunting or strictly fishing or strictly construction or strictly homesteading or something like that. And it's great if that's what you're into, but I wanted this one to be a little bit more well-rounded. So somebody who's really into homesteading but has never hunted in their life, might follow me for the homesteading part, and then see how much fun and how rewarding and how much work and how the general experience of hunting meat and providing that for your family is like, and being exposed to that, learning from that, possibly trying it themselves, and vice versa. Like, people might follow me for my hunting stuff. Just because I've started 5 years ago from the ground up, I don't know everything. I probably don't know hardly anything. But just following me for the hunting aspect, and might be exposed to the equine and the cattle world and construction and mechanics and off-roading and backpacking, like all that kind of stuff. So I have all these different random interests, and I wanted to kind of place that all together and have my YouTube channel grow full of people that are into maybe one or two of the things I'm into, but then have no experience in any of the other things I'm into. And the community just kind of grows and feeds off of each other. So I wanted to share some of my experiences, as well as probably do a little bit of tips and tricks and tactics and things that I've learned teaching you guys, and hopefully maybe getting some responses back from you YouTubers in comments and messages telling me how I can do certain things better and how I can improve. And I've already gotten a lot of that from you guys in the few short months that I've been doing this. And so I could teach, I could learn, you guys can teach, you can learn, and this can just be one big community full of people that are just excited about the outdoors, excited about just getting the most out of life while we have it. So yeah, that's about it. I mean, I'm 27 years old. I speak English, Russian, and Ukrainian. I was born in Ukraine. I learned Russian when I moved to the US. I learned English soon after. That was all a huge learning curve, and I think that experience right there allows me to connect to a lot more people who may be bilingual, trilingual, maybe socially awkward, because it was definitely for me growing up. And so I believe that I've kind of gained a lot of experience in social communication, things like that. But I've also, as good as I am, as good as I believe I am, talking with people and connecting with people, I'm also extremely socially awkward. I love being alone. I love being in the woods. I love being in the mountains by myself, in the middle of nowhere, in the wilderness. I like sitting by a fire for hours on end. I like just putting on some good music and just thinking all by myself. And so I believe, people might find me interesting, maybe not. Probably not, I don't know. But it's just going to be a collection and community of all of these different experiences. And so certain things I wanted to put on there. So obviously the hunting and the fishing part, me learning that whole world of providing meat for yourself off the land. That has been a huge thing that I have not grown up doing, and I started doing about 5 years ago, hunting and fishing. And so I don't know everything, but I am trying to this information as fast as absolutely possible and trying to get the experience as fast as possible. I wanted to share like backpacking trips. I love backpacking, just throwing a bunch of gear on my backpack and just hiking up a mountain for a few days. That just is so much fun for me, and I was doing that before I started hunting, and that's kind of why I've decided to start doing a lot more backpack hunting, just kind of combining those two worlds together. I like guns. I wanted to do a lot of gun reviews, gun mods, gun demonstration videos. I know YouTube's kind of strict about that whole thing, but suck it. That's what I'm into. Guns are a part of our Second Amendment. I'm a huge proponent of the Second Amendment, the First Amendment, all the amendments. I believe Americans should have the right to do whatever the hell they want as long as it doesn't hurt anyone. And I should have the right to defend myself against my possibly evil neighbors, foreign and domestic, as well as possibly defend myself against a tyrannical government, like the Second Amendment was literally written about. So I'm not going to shy away. I'm not going to hide my beliefs. You know, I'm a conservative. I'm a Christian. I believe in God. I believe in Jesus. I follow Jesus really closely, I believe. Since 2012, I have given my life to Christ and pray that He leads me every day. So I want to keep this channel kind of America focused, super conservative, super outdoorsy, super self-sufficient, and just full of information that will get people to learn how to take care of themselves, take care of their families, provide for themselves, live off the land, enjoy the land while we have it, advocate for access to public land and having more public land and having more protections for public land. And there might be some politics here and there, you know, it gets in the way. Politics dictates everything. But yeah, it's just going to be a collection of a whole bunch of different experiences for YouTubers' sake, for my sake, kind of sharing all the things that I'm into, and hopefully expanding this vast amount of knowledge here on this YouTube community. And I'm just throwing my few pennies into the bucket. So thanks for following along. I'm extremely grateful for how well this channel has already grown in the 4 months that I've been doing this, 3.5 months. I started off with like 20 followers when I had no videos posted. I have no idea where these followers came from. I guess it's just been like, maybe people liked my profile photo way back in the day when I started YouTube. I don't know, but started from 20 followers. Now I got, or subscriptions. Now I have almost 90 in 3 months, and I think you guys are really liking this content. I'm getting a lot of positive feedback. I'm getting a lot of positive comments, likes, shares, subscriptions. So thank you guys for all of that. I kind of wanted this channel to obviously grow, but hopefully someday I can turn my experiences and my knowledge into something more than just making YouTube videos. I love tinkering with gadgets and gear, and I love modifying gear. So I had a few ideas there, and I wanted to possibly start my own gear company, or working with someone to produce this kind of gear that I have envisioned and drawn up and listed in my phone. It was mostly all just like backpacking, ultralight, hunting type stuff, but maybe one day lead to a career in the outdoor industry and gear development and hunting, fishing trips. I love all that. It's been fun. So I wanted to keep this channel clean, family friendly, no swearing. I'm going to try to hold myself to that one. Family friendly content that's safe for all audiences, for the young, for the old, interesting for anyone who has any kind of experience hunting or not, homesteading or not, fishing or not. I want this to be a place where everyone can learn off of everything else. So without further ado, I guess I'll keep going and I'll keep making these videos. I'm recording this on my phone right now. I have a pretty crappy microphone that keeps going out. I actually have two of the same one, and they both suck. But I'm going to be trying to save up some money here to buy a nicer camera. I had to sell my older camera to buy a graphics card so I could edit videos, because editing 4K videos is apparently extremely challenging on even a medium duty PC. So I had to get a whole bunch of new gear for my computer to be able to just make these videos. So I invested a lot of money into that, and had to sell my old Nikon camera to do that. So recording all this on my phone right now, but quality increases are definitely coming in the future. I'm going to be getting some more better microphones, probably some wireless stuff that I could clip on, probably some better tripods, better cameras, some lighting, maybe even a drone. Shoot, why not? Freaking robot, I don't know. But I definitely want to invest in this channel and grow it into something really fun, really exciting, really entertaining. Also extremely good at teaching and showing my love for the outdoor and the mountain man lifestyle. So thanks for following along. So I wanted to add a few things that I didn't say in my first half. The making these videos is extremely time consuming. So like my hunting video was only an hour and a half, an hour and 20 minutes long. It took me probably 20 hours of just editing, putting all the clips together, cutting all the different clips and putting all that together, putting the music in, putting the words in, editing the sound, getting all the wind and noise and stuff out of that. You know, it's extremely time consuming, and I work full time, at least 40 hours a week. Sometimes, like this week, I think I worked 46, 45, something like that. And then, you know, I still have a life to come home to after work. So I'm trying to get videos out pretty regularly. I'm trying. I'm trying to get at least a video or two out every weekend, because it's really the only time I have to film something is just on the weekends and edit. But sometimes I probably might skip a weekend here and there because of life getting in the way. Last weekend, my wife and I went camping for 2 nights. You know, we didn't have any service. We were hours from home, and I told her I don't want to work on any projects. I just wanted to relax, and so we didn't make any videos about anything, and we just had a good time and caught some fish, had some sunsets, ate a bunch of good food. So I didn't make any videos then, and when we got home, we had a whole bunch of stuff to clean. A whole bunch of stuff was wet. A whole bunch of stuff was dirty. And so I never made a video last weekend, but I do plan on putting out a video a week. This one might not be considered a video. I don't know. This is kind of an introduction, but something interesting at least once a week. And I'm really working hard towards that. But I wanted this channel to be honest, and I wanted you guys to, you know, view me and view my content in a positive light, because there's so much fake stuff on the internet right now, and there's so much fake news. And even like the hunting and the homesteading and the fishing and all that, like there's so much fake stuff out there, and guys that are hunting high fence stuff that aren't sharing that. And that's fine. You want to hunt that, that's fine. But let the people know, you know, tell them that this is the type of hunting we're doing. This is the reality of the odds of harvesting a big animal or whatever we're doing. Tell people what you're doing. Stop trying to hide, you know, share the camera only in one direction and not hide the city skyline behind you and say you're hiking in the wilderness or whatever. So I wanted my channel to be honest. I do spend a lot of time in the woods. I do love the outdoors. I do love learning how to do all these things, and I'm going to share my experiences as honestly as possible. You know, I add music in my videos. I try to get good, cool shots, cool lighting, and all that, but I'm not going to pretend that I have it all together, or I have all this money, or that I own half the state of Alaska and I can explore all this because I own everything. I don't. Like, I'm just a normal guy. I work for a living. I work construction. I didn't inherit anything. I've hardly been giving anything in my life, and I've been working for everything that I have, which is not that much. But I'm just going to be honest, and I want you guys to see my experiences in my life. Honestly, I'm not going to try to sugarcoat anything, but I'm also not going to try to portray things any better or any worse or any more unrealistic than they are. Or at least I'll try not to. I know that, you know, with a two-dimensional camera, you can only get so much, and in a video, you can only record so much. and you're limited on time, and you're limited on good lighting, good sound. Sometimes I'm making a video and it starts raining, and I have to put the microphone away and get the video camera, hidden. So you might not see that kind of stuff, but honestly, I just wanted to share this, that I want to try to be honest, because there's so many hunting channels and fishing channels that just have products to sell you. They want to get your attention. They want to sell you some crap that you probably don't need. And so they're just going to fake these random experiences. And there are honestly some really great, genuine guys out there that I love following. And so I wanted to be one of those guys. So if you see anything that's disturbing, distracting, possibly dishonest, confusing, let me know. I will own up to my mistakes. I will try to correct that. And I will try to be better. And I have my beliefs. I have my desires for what I want my channel to look like and stuff. But ultimately, I need the YouTube public to respond in a positive manner. So I want to be liked, but I don't want to be liked because I'm fake, if that makes any sense. And I have been known to be a little bit abrasive sometimes too, because as a Christian, as a conservative, as an American loving immigrant, I have some pretty positive, strong emotions and life directions and stuff like that. So anyways, anyone who gives me any kind of time of day, thank you so much. And I really hope to please you guys with some good quality content. I'm going to try really hard to get some good stuff rolling out. Thank you for watching.